Hey guys, Ken here. So if you've ever wondered how people find winning book topics on Amazon fast without guessing or spending weeks researching, this video is for you. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through my proven process for finding high and medium content book topics on Amazon using my simple research process and super clear 3-metric checklist. This is the exact method I've used to find many profitable book topics that have earned me multi-six figures with Amazon KP and Audible. It really only takes one good book and good topic to change your entire Amazon KP business, so let's go find the topic for it. And so step one is we have to understand what a keyword actually is because a lot of people get it wrong. And so what a customer does when they're purchasing on Amazon is they go to Amazon and they search for what they want. They don't search for something broad like diet book and then decide what diet they want to try. They're going to search something very specific like diabetic cookbook for seniors over 60. And yes, the customers might search different variations of this search term, different keywords. However, all the books ranking underneath them will be similar because they're looking for the same thing. They're looking for the same type of book topic. And so something very important to understand when you are doing keyword or topic research for high content or medium content books is that a keyword, a search term, a book topic is all the same. We want to treat them as the same thing, and you will have better results with Amazon KDP. Like I mentioned, people know what they're looking for. They're looking for something specific, and even if they're searching up different variations of keywords for that, the underlying topic is the same. And so if you find these very specific topics and you create a book on it, you're going to rank anywhere that's relevant. So there's one more important vocabulary that you're going to hear me use that you need to know, and that is BSR. BSR means the bestsellers rank. So basically every book on Amazon has a bestseller rank, and this tells you how well this book is selling in relation to all other books. So the best-selling book is number 1. The worst-selling book is maybe 5 million. And the books that we're going to be looking at is most likely going to be in that 5 to 30,000 range. And so step 2 is actually finding potential book topics. So now that we know what a keyword is, we can go and find these specific search terms that we're looking for and then validate them properly. So finding topics on Amazon is simple. There's a few different ways to do this. One is to, of course, search through the Amazon bestseller categories. I'll show you how I do this in a second. We then want to look for specific search terms or keywords or book topics. I treat them all as the same, and this will make more sense in a second. However, there is a faster way to bypass not only the searching process, but the actual validation process as well. That's using the BookBeam niche finder. So we simply set the parameters that we want, and it's going to show us books that fall under those parameters. So I'm going to walk you through this in a second as well, and just make it super easy for you to find potential topics. And one more thing, if you are struggling with Amazon KDP and you really want to make it work this year, I will leave a link below to my free email course. You get one lesson per day for 12 days, and it walks you through my entire publishing process and strategy behind it, and goes into each step in great detail. They're not vague emails, they're very thorough. So I highly recommend you check that out. I will leave it in the first link in the description. Let's continue on with the video. So before you actually go and find topics, there's 2 things you need. The first one is a keyword research tool. And so the tool you need is not meant to give you topics. It's meant to give you the metrics you need to actually validate those topics. And so I recommend BookBeam. There is free ones like DS Amazon Quick View that you can get in the Chrome store. However, if you are taking Amazon KP seriously, I recommend you invest in a proper tool. Like I said, I use BookBeam. I've used this for years. It's the best in my opinion. It's super clear. It's super easy to use. The data is very accurate. And more importantly, you get access to the niche finder as well, which is going to make it very easy to find and validate topics quickly. So I will leave my affiliate link and discount codes for BookBeam below. You can check it out if you like. And then now from here, all we need is a spreadsheet to record all these potential topics. So there's 2 ways to make a spreadsheet. One, you can make a more advanced spreadsheet like this one here. I will leave a prompt below for this. So if you do have a Gemini and it is linked to your Google account, you can simply prompt it in the chat. It's going to build it for you. So we'll leave that prompt below. However, if you want a simpler way to do it, you can just make a simple spreadsheet like this. Just start with the keyword column right now. Let's go and find some potential topics. And then when we do go to validate these topics in a second, I'll show you how to set up these columns here to make it super easy to score your keywords. So like I said before, the first way to find potential topics is to look through the bestseller categories. Once again, it will be linked below. And we're just going to simply look through the categories and look for specific book topics. So some categories worth checking out is going to be craft, hobbies, and home, cookbooks, food and wine, health, fitness, and dieting. Teens is a good one too. Sports and outdoors is good. And all we're going to do is go through them, get comfortable. I normally like to go a couple category strings in because you're going to find more of the self-published books. So we can go into health, fitness, and dieting, teen health. And right off the bat, we're already going to find some potential topics. So we have soccer for smart kids. That's a topic for sure. We have ADHD cookbook for kids and adults. That's a topic as well. So we're just looking for things that are solving one problem for one person. Starting training for teen girls, that's a potential topic as well. So we're not worried about if these topics are good or not. We just want to go through this quickly and find all the potential things that we can search up later. We can go back, we can go to cookbooks, food and wine, cooking methods, let's say. The cookbook niche can be very saturated with celebrity, so it is nice to go a bit further into the category strings and find some more of the self-published books. So I went into special diet and diabetic and sugar-free. Now we have some here. We have diabetic cookbook for beginners, diabetic air fryer cookbook. These are all potential topics. And I'm just going to record them in whatever spreadsheet I have. So do this for a few hours at least. Go into as many categories as you can. Don't be afraid to go deep into those categories because that's where the good stuff's going to be. And start to record some potential topics. As long as it's solving one problem for one person, it's going to be fine. And like I said, you can also use the BookBeam niche finder to find and validate topics together. So we're going to do that in a second when we actually go through the validation metrics. So step 3 is the simplest validation process that I have found after validating literally thousands of keywords and also seeing other students' keywords because they submit them in my coaching program. And those 3 questions are: number 1, would I rank here? Is there relevance? So if I create a book on this search term, is it actually going to rank and get seen? And so meaning, do the books that are ranking underneath it currently match the keyword? And like I said, we will get into the actual metrics and this will make more sense in a second. Question 2 is, would I sell here? So you're simply looking for proof that people are buying. These are multiple books that are selling, and all these books have ideally lower reviews, so there is room to compete. And question 3 is, would I compete here? Do all the books have 500 plus reviews or more, or are there plenty under 250 or even less? You simply want clear proof of sales with books that have fewer reviews. And so the 3 validation metrics that we're going to look for is: number 1, alignment. Do the books that are ranking under the search term you just searched up actually match it almost exactly? What I mean by this, so you understand it better, is if I go to Amazon and type in diet book, you're going to see that all these books are selling super well, but there's no actual proof that these books are selling because of this search term here. They're most likely ranking underneath their specific search terms. In this case, maybe they're ranking under anti-inflammatory diet for beginners. We simply want to make sure that the potential book topic that we're searching up directly matches the books that are ranking underneath it. This shows that if we make a book, we're going to rank here. And if we do rank here, we're going to make sales because we've just proved that. So metric number 2 is proof books. Can you find 3 to 5 books with a bestseller rank of 30,000 or less with 250 reviews or less? So all we're doing is making sure the topic matches, proving the books are actually selling underneath this topic, more importantly, ones with less reviews. And then metric number 3 is competition. Now can we actually compete with these books that are here? And so are there 3 or fewer books with anywhere from 700 reviews or above? Because like I said before, if all the books just have tons of reviews, even if there is demand, it's going to be hard to compete. So ideally there is 3 or less of this. And if most of the books are just hovering around that 100 to 400 mark, that's fine. You can win with the better book. And there's still tons of room to compete and get some sales. So this works well because we're proving that we can actually rank in the right place. We're validating our keywords where we're supposed to be validating them. We're proving that books are selling with less reviews, proving that we can too if we create a good book, and we're proving that there isn't too much competition. And most of the time, it's going to be one of these 3 metrics that's the reason your book is not selling. And so now we can take these metrics and put them into a simple spreadsheet. You can use the Gemini prompt. I will leave linked below if you do have that. However, we can also take these metrics and go and use the BookBeam niche finder and kind of bypass the whole searching and validation process and find some winners even quicker. So one quick tip, if you are making a spreadsheet, what you can do is of course put these metrics in like this. You can select the individual columns, go to format, go to conditional formatting. And now we're just going to change the formatting. So depending on what number we put in, it turns red or green. So in this case, I have greater than or equal to 3, turns green. And then I have another value that is less than 3, turns red. And now if I go to that column and type in a number based on the books that I found, it's going to make it either red or green. This makes it super easy to see which keywords are actually good all the way across the board. And then depending on how many green columns you have, you can give it a score. So in this case, it's going to be out of 3. And in my opinion, I want it to be 3 out of 3. I want these 3 metrics to be perfect. Otherwise, it's not going to be the best keyword because these are the main factors that determines if your book's going to sell or not. So let's quickly go through the BookBeam niche finder and I can show you how I use it. And we're also going to go and validate a couple topics with the spreadsheet as well, because even though I do use the niche finder, I usually validate it a second time with the spreadsheet just to make sure the metrics are good. So this will bypass that a little bit and find you the higher potential topics right away. but it's still good to run it through the spreadsheet as well. So all we're going to do with the niche finder is set the parameters of the book that we want to look for based on the metrics we want to find. And it's going to show us books that fall under those categories. And so what I normally do is I will mess around with a lot of different numbers to find a lot of different books. But more importantly, I'm going to focus on the bestseller rank. So this, I want it to be less than 30,000. The reason being is because I want my book to be at a 30,000 bestseller rank. So that's what we want to look for. I'm also going to lower the number of ratings down to around 150. Like I said, you can mess around with this a bunch, up to 200, up to 250, but I wouldn't go more than that. I'm also going to change the price to be $11 or more. The reason being is because I want to look for medium or high content books, not low content books. I'm also going to change the age to around 6 months to a year, so it is a newer book. And so now all we're doing is we're specifically finding books that have a 30,000 BSR rank. They have up to 150 reviews. They're priced over $11 and they're only 8 months old or less, which is essentially giving us books that are already validated. Then we can quickly run it through the spreadsheet as well just to confirm this. Simply click find books. And if you'd like, you can also select specific categories because sometimes you will find a lot of fiction books and stuff like that. So it is nice to select the specific categories as it narrows down your search a little bit. As you can see, all these books fall under these categories. I'm just going to search through the pages now and see what I can find. So we have Mediterranean Diet Cookbook for weight loss. That's definitely a topic. We have the anti-inflammatory cortisol detox diet cookbook. That's kind of a mouthful, but that's still a topic. We have the bread machine cookbook for beginners. It's a lot of cookbooks, but as you can see, you can go through this as much as you like. You can change the parameters and the metrics if you want to, and you're going to find some awesome stuff, practically bypassing searching through the Amazon categories and just going to the higher potential keywords. And so from there, regardless if you look through the categories, use the niche finder or do both, we can then go and run them through the spreadsheet just to confirm that they are a good keyword. So let's simply run through how I find these metrics. Let's do a few keywords here. We have ChatGPT for beginners, and all the data I'm going to collect is only going to be from the first page of the search results. So first things first, does the search term actually match the books that are here? So yes, all these books are specifically on ChatGPT for beginners. There's the odd scraggler, but I'm not worried about that. We can go yes. Proof books, these are books that have a 30,000 bestseller rank or less. We want ideally 2 to 3 plus of these. And once again with the BookBeam tool, as you can see, it's going to show you all these metrics right away. So we basically have one, and that's about it. None of these books are really selling. So we have one. So as you can see right off the bat, it's already kind of failed. If there's simply no proof of books selling, it doesn't matter how good of a book you create. No one's buying the books that are ranking there. And so if there is high search volume, even bad books sell if there's nothing else that's better than it. So if there's no proof the books are selling, doesn't matter if you make a better book, it's likely that it won't sell. We need to find this proof. We need to find at least 2 to 3 books that are clearly selling well. And then if we create a better book, we can sell even better than them. But if that initial demand isn't there, there's nothing we can do to make sales. Going to competition. So there is one book that has over 700 reviews roughly, and just one. The score is 2. So as you can see, that's really all I do. I look and see if there's proof that books are selling. I look to make sure that the keyword and the books actually align and make sense. I look to see what the competition is like. And then from here, I'm simply going to create a better book. And so let's do one more, and then we can dive into what you actually should do when you go to select your topic. So this one, we have ChatGPT for seniors. So first things first, does the search term match the search results? Yes, it does. This is very, very important. If we just type in a broad term like ChatGPT, and we see ChatGPT for seniors and all these different subtopics, there's no proof that those books are actually selling because of that search term. They're probably selling because they're ranking underneath their actual search term. And so that's what we want to find, that alignment, so that we know that when we create a book, we're going to rank here. And if we do rank here, we're going to sell because we prove that. So one thing I want to note as well is, as you can see, the search volume is pretty good, but this is why I don't really take this number into account, because none of these books are selling. If people were actually searching and buying this topic, there would be at least a few books selling. And so I do not take the search volume at face value. I kind of use it as a bonus metric, but if you don't have it, it doesn't matter because all we're looking for is proof that books are selling. So we basically have one book that's actually selling okay. It's only making $30 a day, so it's not super good, but nothing else is selling. So as far as I'm concerned, the demand for this topic is very low, and I'm going to stay away from it. Going to the other metric is the competition high. So no, there is no book that have over 700 reviews or even over 500. However, I still don't think this topic is good because the most important thing that we need, which is demand, just isn't here. So that's the process. It's really that simple. Now, after you found some potential topics that you think are good, there's a few questions you want to ask yourself to determine if you want to select that topic or not. And that's very simple. A quick checklist you can go through is the audience clear? So can you name who the exact reader is, who it's for? Is the outcome clear? The reader wants a specific result or to learn a specific thing. Can you clearly see what this is? And of course, can you differentiate? So can you create a book with a stronger angle, a stronger promise, a stronger structure, a faster speed to result, better packaging? So is there a ton of saturation? Is there a ton of books that are already doing this well that you're just going to fall into the sea of books? Or do you really think there's potential to stand out? And of course, it passes these 3 metrics. So if it passes the alignment, the proof, and the competition, you're most likely going to be fine. But now from here, the important thing is to actually create a high quality book that people want to buy. And so that's step 4, which is creating your book the right way. So something very, very important is you do not create a book for your topic. You create a book that beats your competitors, because your reader is going to compare your book to everything else and decide which one they want to buy. And so how you win with Amazon KDP and actually get results is you create a book that's clearly about the topic plus what the reader wants. However, you're solving their problem faster than your competitors. It's solving it better than your competitors. It's simple, it's structured better, it's easier to digest, it's packaged better. You have a stronger title that's selling your book. You have a stronger cover that stands out and is easy to read. You have better positioning. What's your offer? Is it 30-minute recipes, 5 ingredient cookbooks, the simplest guide, the ultimate guide? What is your differentiating factor? And of course, you sell this book better. With your description copy, your A+ content copy, you're simply selling your book in a more effective way, because the copywriting on your product page is what's going to determine if somebody buys your book or not. So that is my exact process for finding high potential topics fast. Go and try it out. Leave any questions in the comments below if you have them. And if you are struggling with Amazon KDP, there is going to be a few valuable resources in the description you can check out. The first one is my free email course. You get 1 lesson per day for 12 days. It walks you through my exact publishing process and strategy behind it and how I do every step properly. I highly recommend you sign up for this. It's very valuable. And of course, if you want to dive right in and create and publish your next book in 21 days using AI, I will also leave a link to my AI Book Creation Accelerator Challenge. And lastly, I'll also leave a link to a video I think you should watch next. It will also be on the screen in a second. With that out of the way, make sure to subscribe for more no-nonsense Amazon KDP advice. We'll see you in the next one.